Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams here with Scrapbook Expo to show you a quick and easy way to add gold foiling to some of your scrapbooking or card elements. So today I created these little gift boxes, and as you can see there's some gold foil on the tips of these feathers with kind of a brush technique. And I wanted to show you how I did that. First of all, I just created these boxes, these gift bags with cut files found in the Silhouettes drawer. And I'll make sure to link those both in the video and in my blog post so you know which cut files they came from. Also, I should note that I'm working with the Pebbles Warm and Cozy collection today. It's a brand new collection by Jen Hadfield and Pebbles. So I think it's just barely hitting stores, and it's one that you'll definitely want to check out for all of your fall projects. So I'm using that collection, the Warm and Cozy collection, and then I'm also using some Decofoil liquid adhesive and Decofoil foil. And this is the champagne color and then the liquid adhesive. So we'll just set these aside. Okay, so I'm just going to pick out one of these leaves. I'm going to pick out one of these darker ones because I think the foil will show up better on it. And this is really easy, you guys. You're going to love this technique. All you have to do is take a little of the Decofoil adhesive. You can put it, on your work surface, on a paper plate, on whatever, and use it as paint. We're gonna just brush it on like paint. I'm just going to brush it or just squirt some here on the tip of the leaf. And all I'm gonna do is take a paintbrush and just spread that out. You do want to make sure that you don't leave like any big globs of it on the edges of it. On the edges of the leaf. And that's all you do. And just let it sit and dry for a little bit. You don't want it to be really, really wet when you apply the foil. But if you it needs to dry for a few minutes. So I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. And I have one here that that has already had time to dry. So we're going to work with this one now. I do want to note that you want to make sure and use an older paintbrush with this technique. You don't want to use a brand new or an expensive paintbrush. I just got this one at the dollar store. This is adhesive, so it will gunk up your brush a little bit. I haven't had a problem. I've done this technique several times, and it washes out really good for me, but I wouldn't want to risk it with a nice or an expensive paintbrush. Okay, so I've got the leaf here, and I wish you could, I don't know if you can see kind of how the texture of it. You can see where there's been adhesive painted onto it, and up here is still just the smooth surface. And if you feel it, it's slightly tacky. So it's not wet, but it is tacky, and you want it to be tacky because that's how you're going to adhere the foil. So you just take the foil, or take the leaf, or whatever you're foiling, and just put the foil right on top of it. And as you can see, it's already starting to transfer. I love this technique because you don't have to have a special machine to work with. You can just use your fingers to apply, to transfer the foil. You can, if you want to make sure that it adheres really well, use a brayer. It is a little bit faster if you do it that way, but you can just do it with your fingers and just make sure that you cover the whole leaf. I do like to go around the edges of the leaf with the foil, just because sometimes the foil gets on the edges of the leaf and it just leaves it a little bit tacky, but you definitely don't have to do that. So if you look at it now, I think if I can catch it in the light there, the foil has transferred, and all we have to do is peel this off And we have a perfectly brushed leaf. And then all I did was take this leaf after I had foiled it, and on this one I just adhered it right to the bag and put a bow and a button on top of it. And then this one I did put two of them together, and instead of adhering it up here to the handle, I just adhered it to the front of the box. And that's how easy it is to make these awesome gold brushed leaves. So if you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comments and I will be sure and get back to you. But thank you for joining me today on the Weekly Scrapper blog and on the Scrapbook Expo YouTube channel. I hope to see you again soon.